Good evening and welcome to the sports segment here on The Journeys. Prime with me, Owuraku Ampofo. Emmanuel Ortego has arrived to a tumultuous welcome despite losing to Mexican fighter Ryan Garcia in an international lightweight bout on April 10. Joy Sports' Nathaniel Atto was at Jamestown just a couple of hours ago.
You see here is a carnival atmosphere that has been created because Emmanuel the Game Boy Ortego arrived earlier this afternoon at the Kotoka International Airport. Now, you will ask yourself, why all of this? Now, Emmanuel Ortego went the full distance with King Ryan Garcia in Texas at the weekend, and he lost the fight. So, why is everybody jubilating? And why are people, sorry for the noise, why are people in white trying to celebrate him for losing a fight? Well, I'm here in the center and I'm trying to find out. You stay tuned for the big images from the center of Jamestown. He is going over to pay respects to the Akaman J Manche here, in Jamestown. So right after that, I'm going to have a conversation with him. Come along with me. All right, people. So I've created a little 360-degree thing here with you there and us here. So I managed to catch the man, Emmanuel the Game Boy Ortego, one of his trainers, Carl Loco. You do remember that training section that we captured, right? So I'm just having a quick conversation with him, and then after he can go over and pay his respects to the chief. Welcome, my brother. Okay, I want you to speak up a little bit. You all do remember that Emmanuel Ortego promised he was going to speak a lot of English when he was out there. Now the thing is, we want him to do at least one line in English. You know, just to be fair to everybody before switching. Okay. Good to have you back. How was your flight, first of all? I see. Okay, now tell me, everybody is celebrating you. We didn't win the fight, just like you promised, but everybody is celebrating you. What's happening? Tell me, what all of this is about.
Let me speak Ghana because everybody know if I enter the Ghana, I want to speak. If you know, you know. Or be feel like your piano is fine. Fancy like they feel happy because apart from being need no time, sell and check fancy and feel happy because we stay arena to 1 hour 30 minutes. If fancy and cheer me somewhere outside the wall, you feel like I can be any. You can't trail and cheer me happy like me appreciate me than fancy. Before any my promise. Ghana fair, apart from Ghana fair, any promise, any share them when promise no camera them again. Ryan Garcia, you must stop boxing. See the man can carry record me here. Get warrior need me. In cafe, I mean, I can over near you. I am short for where title. Well, me appreciate no piano even if you like a fight name, AGM to fight there selling me like in market massive I appreciate him later me appreciate himself because fight name situation meaning before the way here. Come up when sure I can buy psyche because call when campaign decide I can me and campaign Borake. Man, no, I make a worry about no. Well, my family let me go fight up and I get phone right hand there. I can mean what gave a phone right hand because me didn't no phone in a while. Need a phone, it was sometimes I get trust on you. She because in banana injury showed I can need it. Think about your call when you want I can will HA. Only she will HA. In banana problem, MBA can be a name. What am your doctor? A manager who say if you need any go you only many fail again. May your gross self, and they can fail a gross self. Just know that any of your gross self. 1 year, my friend, go she trying best. I can money, my friend, who can left and you gonna be fair appreciate. She not a while me because go weight difference and when 135 yale benefit 139. 139 years benefit there. The number of powerful they can wale back no walk up no money no. The new double guy by attack so me try me frustrate less in Beniji ni man can push the back. The way I ball on the back see me feel like keep trying best. Me appreciate Ghana be fair. Miss Mumlenche, Miss Ghana be fair. I may watch out. Catch out within 5 months time. My deliver where I take over Ghana.
All right. So that's the man, Emmanuel Ortego. Just before we go and let him off to go and pay respects to the chief, I'd like to take the thoughts of, Carl Loco. Carl was the one who was in charge of the, physical training and the initial training camp of Emmanuel Ortego before he left the shores of Ghana. Carl, in a nutshell, the boxer says he wants to continue boxing because there are so many factors that are for him continuing boxing.
Yeah, I think what you are saying, you're 100% by saying that. But it is clear that for now, the boxer has excelled himself. That people will now want to hype more about him. Ghanaians can see clear that what they have been complaining all the time is big different when he entered to the higher level. You can see the standard, the performance, and people were not even believing what they are seeing. For now, he has let us know clear that he was having problems with the right hand. Yes, so he has managed to do what he had to do. So now, I call him boxing from alone. Because he went there alone, he was training alone, he went in the ring alone because his people are not there. But yes, still, he proved to them. So he's a hero and we're backing. But he's coming back strong because we know where they will go back to the gym and start working.
Nika, thank you so much. And so guys, this is it from the heart of Jamestown, Accra, with the man, Emmanuel the Game Boy Tego, exclusive here on Joy News, Joy Prime, and Joy Sports. There's a big conversation coming up with this man and would have to watch out for it. My name is Nathaniel Atto.
Well, that was Game Boy Emmanuel Ortego returning from the United States of America. But let's just give you an update on the ongoing Champions League quarter-final games. And Chelsea are currently beating Real Madrid by 3-1. It's still not enough to propel the Blues to the semi-finals, and that's because it's tied on aggregates 4-4. Chelsea racing to a 3-goal lead with Timo Werner scoring in the second half to make it 3-0. However, second half substitutes Rodrigo has made the difference for Real Madrid, tapping in a cross from Luka Modric to ensure that Real Madrid stay within the tie. So it's currently 4-4 on aggregate with just over 10 minutes to play. And we'll bring you updates on that during the bulletin as well. But meanwhile, defending Ghana Premier League champions Accra Heart of Oak have filed a protest against referee Joseph Kenny Paddy following their defeat to Asante Kotoko in the Super Clash on Sunday, April 10. We have more for you in the following Joy Sports report.
Now Gama. Beautiful play goes down. Penalty. Etuga steps forward and Etuga scores. The Porcupines up by 1-0. Easily converted by Etuga.
This was the moment Hearts of Oak defined the outcome of the Super Clash. It was a decision that left many Phobia fans dejected, further derailing their efforts to defend the league title they won last season, as they are left 16 points adrift leaders. Kotoko board member Dr. Nyao Nyao Tamaklo would describe it as an attempt by matchday referee Joseph Kenny Paddy to mar the match.
The referee nearly marred the match. And I thank God that didn't happen. We have had an experience like that before in 2001 that nearly brought this country to a standstill. Over 100 people lost their lives. So when a referee is misbehaving, it is the duty of every Ghanaian football lover, not just supporting a club, but if you want the safety of the game, you have every right to comment on. So we shall come out with a statement, protest vehemently about his behavior, and then take the necessary next steps that we have.
However, the position of Hearts of Oak and many a Hearts fan left sour taste in the mouth of retired FIFA referee and instructor Thomas Rigid Atifu.
It's a penalty.
Why is it a penalty?
Fabio Gama's aim is to move forward, okay?
Okay.
Is to move forward. Now, the tackle from the number 20, so that when he slushed his leg in front of him, there was the need for Fabio Gama to change direction.
Okay.
So if you look at the posture of his left foot, is to brace the ball. Yeah.
If you were at the referee's review panel and House of Oak brings you a petition to review this decision and take action against the referee, what will be the outcome?
I'll try it out.
But in the minds of House of Oak, despite failing to come back when they still had 75 minutes to play, this loss to the Porcupine Warriors was orchestrated by the referee, who is now a subject of investigation by the match review panel of the Ghana Football Association.
The management of Accra Hearts of Oak has officially filed a protest against referee Kenny Paddy for his unprofessional conduct during our March Day 24 encounter with Asante Kotoko at the Baba Yara Stadium on Sunday, April 10, 2022. The complaint was lodged with the Ghana Football Association on Monday, April 11, 2022. The import of our plea is to prey on the review committee to take a second look at the controversial penalty awarded against the club. Management is disheartened by referee Paddy's poor judgment, which subsequently caused us to lose the game. Hearts is accordingly requesting the review committee to take immediate action to serve as deterrent to all other future match officials who exercise such indiscretion against any club, especially at this critical period that we are all striving hard to bring back the love of the game. We, however, take this opportunity to appeal to our fans not to be distracted by such negativity, but remain focused and continue to let our support count as we go through the remainder of the season.
It is unclear when the Ghana Football Association will rule on the outcome of the match, but the statement clearly indicates House of Oak wants the referee punished.
From football, let's head straight to tennis, where top-seeded junior French tennis player Michael Kwame slapped an opponent after losing a tournament match. Michael was ranked number 1 seed going into the tournament, which was the International Tennis Federation's junior tournament in Ghana. Now, after losing to Rafael Ni Ankara on Tuesday, April 6, the 15-year-old was seen coming to the net for what was supposed to be a gesture of good sportsmanship, but instead slapped Ni Ankara. Now here's the victim narrating the story.
I was very shocked.
And it's been described what happened, but in your own words, you were having a good game, and then why do you think Michael did what he did?
Because he was the number 1 seed in the tournament, so me beating him maybe triggered him, like he was angry, so that's what triggered him to do what he did to me. So.
Afterwards, we see at the video people surprised, but then the video cuts. So what happened after he hit you?
Someone from one of the supporters maybe came to hit him, and as for me, I didn't do anything to him. So
yeah, I know. You just went about. So the game, you just continued with the tournament, and so on and so forth. Were you able to continue with the tournament yourself?
Yes, I was able to get to the finals, to play the finals.
So despite the slap, you were able to get back, and you did better in the tournament.
Yes.
You were able to focus.
Yes.
Now, I mean, tell us about the reaction afterwards, because at what point did you realize that you had become famous?
A guy from Ghana, he posted it on IG, and then I think Functional Tennis also, they also posted it on IG, so it became something like how should I say it?
Viral.
Yeah, viral. And so,
did anybody contact you to talk, hear what you have to say or something?
Yes, many people did that.
Oh, so now you're a celebrity.
I would say yes.
You say yes. Anyway, but on a more serious note, though, what lessons have you yourself picked out of this? Because you know that, I mean, you watch a lot of tennis. You see even the best players in the world get angry, throw their racket, and things like that. What does this entire episode teach you yourself?
Maybe I would say taught me to maybe like it encouraged me and it told me to stay more focused to get to the final. So.
What about your temperament? What did it teach you about controlling your temper and all that?
As for that one, I personally get angry on court, like hitting balls, but I would say it has also made me like reduce them and.
Yeah, obviously you realize that if you don't control your anger can control you. How do you feel? I was just asking Roger here about what you feel for Michael now. You have heard that maybe he may not be able to play tennis again for a long time. What do you feel? Do you feel sorry for him, or do you feel like he should be punished even more? How do you feel?
I feel sorry for him, but I will stick to Roger's decision. So we'll leave it to the ITF.
ITF to handle. Okay, all right. So now that you have become a celebrity in your own words, what's next for you? What's next for your career? I mean, you've done well in this tournament. What's next for you?
I would say you should expect more from me. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
I mean, in about 5 to 10 years, when we are watching this video, where will you be in the world?
Playing the ATP tour tournaments and Masters and the rest.
You'll be ranked what in the world? What number will you be ranked in the world?
Hopefully number one.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So Raphael is apart from that. I mean, tell us about yourself. What do you do? Are you in school? Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I just wrote the BEC last year, so I'm my first year in SS, a school in Winsec.
Oh, so you are not even based in Accra. You are based in Winneba, and you just come and play tennis and go on. Okay, so all the best, and hopefully nobody will hit you and slap you again.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So I mean, finally though, psychologically or anything, do you think it has bothered him in any way or anything?
No, myself.
He seems to have taken it well.
Yes, I mean the fact that he made it all the way to the final speaks volumes of his tennis prowess, and that's a big thing. But psychologically, I was initially worried about him and some of our players and all, because nobody saw us basically do anything back to Kwame, and for a lot of kids that can be strange. But they didn't know that behind the scenes we're in conference with the ITF trying to see what was going to be done about the situation. We're happy with what is going on now. Regarding Rafael and all our players, we talked to them about not allowing this single incident to either define them or affect them, and that things like that happen in life. But you always have to go for the silver lining and see how best you can make what best you can make out of the situation. And he seems to be doing well. So
I mean, as adults, I mean, we see all the time. Like I asked him, the biggest players in the world throw down their rackets, break their rackets, and these things happen. But how difficult is it to tell these kids? Because you just said that sometimes you get angry when you are playing well and you are losing. How do you try and handle these things in these kids?
I mean, they see what's his name, Zverev, Nick Kyrgios. They are all, yes, they are under a huge pressure, but they're also going to be disciplined by the ATP. So this whole thing with Kwame comes at a time when Kwame wasn't lucky, because it comes at a time when we also even had an incident like that in Hollywood with Will Smith. So across the world there's a big crackdown on bad behavior. And so for me personally, I tell them it's okay to get mad, but use that as fuel to beat your opponent. At worst, if you want to break your racket, go break your racket in private. But stop throwing rackets on the court or stop hitting balls, because you got Djokovic. You never know when you're going to hit somebody, and then that takes a game away from you, or ends your career or anything like that. So everybody's got to be careful, because in sport, yes, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but don't let your anger control you. You have to control it.
All right.
Well, it's time to go for a quick break, but before we do that, just updates on the Champions League. Chelsea still beating Real Madrid by 3-1, 4-4 aggregate, well poised for extra time. In the other game in Germany, we have big drama as Villarreal have pulled level to Nigerian Chukwueze. So as things do stand, Villarreal would be going through with just minutes left to play on aggregate.